I don't know. The summer rolls around. Every now and then I've been without electricity, been without air conditioning. God, it's dreadful. I'm just existing. I hate it. It was my biggest fear about prison, besides was that they wouldn't have good air conditioning. Because I went in like late August or something in Alabama. No. It was 102 one day. Yeah. It was so hot. I was like,
how was the AC?
The air conditioning. Better than my house, and it's 68.
Oh, that's great.
It's 68 in this room right now. There's a vent above me blowing cold air on me right now. My nipples are hard. It was better in prison. They had the biggest fucking air conditioning units you've ever seen on the roof, and they had like exposed conduit or whatever with the
HVAC
running through the center. Yeah, the HVAC, like huge ones, just exposed running through the unit. And you could see that they were just like, yeah, we're all getting a steady it was cold at night. It was shivery at night. You'd shiver at night. You had to cover up 2 blankets. You'd give the guy $2 so he'd hook you up with a second blanket because it was so cold at night. It went out one day. I woke up and I was sweaty. And I was like, oh no. I go out, get on the track, do a couple hours on the track. I come back. They're on the roof working on that bitch. They got not the prison staff. They've called a professional. Like he's gone up there, he's hooked on to the roof like a thing so it doesn't fall off, and they're actively fixing it. Had it going by lunch. It was amazing. I was so happy.
I wonder if there's a lot of security for which HVAC guy works on it.
Oh, so you don't get my cousin Lenny, the HVAC guy, to come in and
right?
Yeah,
you might have a friend in there, just like leave his screwdriver. I don't know.
He's got me and my boys inside the old unit, packing it up, taking it out of the prison.
If I just throw a Leatherman into the yard, do I could create chaos in this prison?
If you really wanted to do that at Talladega, you could fly a drone over. They were always on the lookout for that. But moreover, you could just toss something over the fence. You could just go anything that you could toss over the fence.
They see me?
To us. Nah, they're not out there watching. They're just not out on the perimeter. Like the track would go out to the edge of the perimeter, but none of the guards were anywhere near you. They could have beaten me to death on the track and no one would have known it.
Huh.
Until count that night. I could have been dead all day. You could be dead all day and nobody would know. Because there's count in the morning and count at night. So they could kill you in the morning and stuff you in the little bath. They have like a halfway bathroom on the far end of the track. It's really just like a piss pot. They could just stuff my body in there and nobody'd know, But
could you throw like a pizza over the fence? Would they notice that?
I mean, you show up with pizza, they probably don't notice, but they'd sneak liquor bottles in. Like when you'd buy liquor in the black market in there, it was like, why don't you just have Crown Royal? They just have a bottle of Crown. I didn't see any toilet wine because they had real liquor that they were selling for like multiple dollars a shot, but it's not dollars, it's max. It's packs of mackerel. God, I'm glad I'm not. So like I said, no more acid. No more illegal because I don't want to go to prison. But if I can find a legal way to do acid in another country or something like that, I'd do that. But you don't want to get any trouble.
Can you go to Oregon? Don't they allow everything now?
Isn't it everything?
I think so, or at least decriminalized. So maybe they'll be like, hey, $200 fine for your 3 hits of acid or something.
Honestly, what I would do is I'd go to a friend's house because I know friends on like the West Coast who just do that occasionally and just go to their house and do it with them. Probably the safe way to do it. But I heard an interview with Shaq today. They were like, you don't drink, huh? He's like, yeah, I love to drink. I just don't drink in public. I don't drink around people so they can see me. My daddy told me young, you're going to have to take care of your family. If you fuck up, your mama don't eat. If you fuck up, your mama don't have a house. Don't you fuck up the money, Shaquille. He said, so I don't drink out in front of people. And it was like, damn. He went to a whole other dark place about why he doesn't drink in public. It was like, dude, I was just making
Mom doesn't have enough money now to have a couple shots while you're out? Jeez.
That's what he said. He's like, I ain't
Shaq's
fucking
done
with
very
mama.
well.
He said, I ain't fucking with
video
Mama's
game.
empire. He said, I ain't fucking with Mama's empire. And it is an empire.
Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of those guys have become billionaires. Yeah. Well, there was a lot of shady stuff going on where every now and then it seemed like somebody was going to go to jail because they towed a little bit too far over that line. And you didn't want to get like wrapped up into something like that for just chump change or what comparatively will be chump change compared to, maybe going to jail or something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to.
I don't know. A lot of good stories come from it. I used to think I'd do terribly in prison. Now I think I got a couple weeks.
Fine.
Maybe 2 months.
Yeah, I've told you there were guys like you in there. They were all kinds
You
of.
just
There were all kinds
hold
of
someone
dudes.
else's pocket as you follow them around.
Nah, you go over there with the other white guy,
like waving,
mustache.
like
You'd
I made a
immediately grow
friend.
I'm holding his hand.
He leads me around by
Leon.
my scrotum out of affection.
We're really tight.
We're really tight. I don't like some of the stuff he wants me to do, but I'm going to do it, I guess.
Yeah, I know. Does anyone have a preparation H? Just asking for a friend.
Well, I don't want to lose my friend. Like sometimes
White guys played a lot of board games.
Want. Oh,
white guys
games?
seem to Monopoly. They played a lot of Monopoly, and
it's
that game is designed to start fights.
Yeah.
I could not play Monopoly in prison and stay out of fight.
They don't have like Settlers of Catan.
Fuck no, they had chess.
Give me that sheep
Monopoly.
for this, or I'm going to stab you tonight.
The black guys play poker, but I was so afraid of winning or losing to them that I didn't want to play.
Makes sense.
I was like, I don't
you
think this
didn't
went well.
jump into that mix.
It's like war games, right? The
No.
only winning move is not to play.
They also played like
I bet
black
Taylor
people
hasn't
style,
seen that.
which means that dealer gets to decide what game we're playing, and so one black guy would be like, "Crazy Eights," and I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, what are we doing now? All right, Deuces is wild." And I can't play with you guys. Like, they're just making this shit up as they go along. Like they're making
Every number with a vowel is wild.
Yeah, I just making games up as they went along, and they're gambling for currency, so you could end up owing somebody, and the quickest way to get hurt is to owe somebody and not pay them back. I would imagine. I don't want gambling in prison. At least that's what I've seen from the internet. I tried to watch 60 Days in this season, but it's so bitch made that it's not even. They're trumping up drama because in reality, the scariest guy in there is like a 19-year-old kid who sees cameras and thinks he's going to make an ass of himself. So they see him. So he yells a lot. And then he's like, are they looking? He's just being loud and rambunctious. But they play that music like dun, 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 dun. And then they click over to him with black and white now for some reason. He's like, fuck this shit. He like throws his cards on the table. In reality, they all laughed after that. But they don't show that part. They just show our guy who's like the plant. And he's fucking scared, cowering. They're all such bitches. They're all so fucking scared of just rambunctious teenagers who are playing poker. And there's nothing scary about that show anymore. They used to take people's lunch money in that show like it was high school. That's why I watched. Because you might see some poor white guy who thought he could make 35 grand easy, get his lunch money taken. Remember that one guy where the prison had
before he went in?
He cried before, during, and after he went in. The sewer system went out and shit starts filling the pod. So they just make all the prisoners go just sit in a room Indian style with each other at one point. And a day goes by. They've been sitting Indian style in a big room. And it's like, I didn't think this is what it was going to be like. And like, no one did, dude. That's why you're in this shitty prison, because it's a shitty prison. Because a good prison would never allow a TV crew to come in and make a goddamn mockery of what they do. It's only the poorest, least responsible police institutions who are like, our system is broken. The only way to fix this is that TV show from A&E. Come on.
We need A&E to
always a
straighten us
nightmare.
out.
Yeah, but lately it doesn't even seem that rough, and it seems like what I did was rougher, and what I did wasn't that rough. It was more like scary summer camp.
Yeah, you did 60 days in, so like you know.
Did you do exactly 60 days? By the way,
58, I think, or no,
you wouldn't have got the money.
58.
Did you want 2 more just to like hit the number?
I was so excited when I counted and saw that it was 58 because they just said the judge went 2 months, and it's like, could you be more specific, Your Honor? He's like, yeah, let's make it 60. How about that? How about 62? You don't be asking at that juncture because maybe we round down later. I don't know how it works. He said 2 months, and I was like, all right. It wasn't until I was there. And I had my release papers. They give them to you like 10 days in. When I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 58. All right. That's a little better than I was counting on. All right. We're 2 ahead. Pretend like we already did those.
I thought I did 10 days, but I've kind of done 12 in a way.
Yeah, we're counting it as 12.
And 12, that's as good as 2 weeks.
I got my count.
That's half a month.
like, give me 2 more X's. Let's go. Those count. Yeah, that was a helpful day. That was a happy day. I remember when that happened, feeling chipper all day.
You're eating your custom chili with a smile on your face.
That
on
Rushy
television,
Creek chili.
It seems like people don't know when they're getting out a lot. Like it's some not defined day. They don't know how many days they have left. They just know it's not long from now.
I mean, some of the 60 days in people, like they will clearly have I'm talking about the actual prisoners in there. They will have clearly like no knowledge about anything other than the jail system and crime itself. And so these people who are competent in their real life as like a teacher or whatever come in and they think they can bamboozle these prisoners with like CSI Miami level nonsense where they're and the directors of the show, the producers are fucking shitheads. And so they'll be like, go in there and tell them that you're here on financial racketeering. And like, he'll go and like say that to some prisoner and he'll be like, financial racketeering? You're here for that? No one here's here for financial crimes. You'd be up in Fort Sumner. That's where the financial crimes division is. What are you talking? It must have been more than just financial crimes for you to be here, because this a prerequisite for here is something or intent or like, and they know what they're talking about in that way. And so then the teacher will be like, I don't know. I just I go where they tell me, and then they're just getting mean mugged like this liar. You didn't find it. You didn't embezzle shit. This isn't where they send embezzlers.
Or it'll be a DUI sometimes. They'll be like, where? Up in LJ.
Like county
and they'll be like, wait, you got arrested in LJ? Well, I went to the LJ police station. So you had to get arrested there. Well, no, and all of a sudden it just doesn't start adding up because these are criminals. Mm-hmm. They know, where you should have gone and what prison you should have been in, and it's scary. And what they think is you're a cop.
Shit very well.
They think you're a cop or they think you're a rat, which you are. Everybody on that show is a fucking rat. That's another thing I got annoyed with right away. I was like, I hope they do find you, you punk ass rat, you bitch. It's not like you're like, yeah, there's a gang and Mikey has a knife. He's going to stab Jim. It's like they're getting high when nobody's looking. One guy, he cheeked his pill and sold it to someone for chili.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you've got him locked in a room 24 hours a day. Let him get fucking stoned. Leave
this
him
guy's
alone.
smoking Raid off of a toilet paper tube. And they get him in trouble for that.
It's just awful. So fuck that show too. It's hard to find good reality shows.
Yeah, most of them are really fucking stupid.
How do you think I should act if I go to jail for making fun of Eric July's comic? Is there anything? Is that going to be respected inside?
Can you do like?
I think they will.
Because he's black. Is that going to hurt me?
First thing you got to decide is what race are you gonna stick with? You got to make a decision.
Indian.
I'm gonna. I love it. Let me tell you. Work on the accent now.
So the Indian guys, the Indian guys are like the others. Like the Indian guys are with all the Asians are together, and they'll usually like hook up with the Native Americans too, and anything like all the extras. You have like the LGBTQ plus. All the pluses get added to the Indians and the Asians, and they form their own little posse.
Ragtag group of misfit toys, Indians and T's and Q's.
Motley Crue.
I mean, you could get there and then do a little racial head count, and you could be like, I'm going Mexican here. There's more Mexicans than there are white guys.
And right into Spanish.
It's obviously you speak fluent Spanish. See, that's
perfect.
You call him. He's soft spoken. Yeah, because he's hard.
Then either the mustache goes, and then the hair goes, and I could be a skinhead, I guess.
You could, yeah.
I'd have to stay inside.
Business.
You got to play the numbers.
No, they want you to put in work, as they say. They need you to put in some work. They need you to either to smuggle something or to hurt somebody. Usually.
Well, I could make fun of somene's comic inside the joint if they got
that'd be so funny. Like, dude, I'll hurt his feelings so fucking bad. You don't even know. Yeah. You don't even know. I've been watching this guy. Don't worry, Big Mike. I'm gonna rip him a new one. I got some.
This guy did. I gave him my letter home to edit, and he bullied the shit out of me. I don't even know what a dependent clause is. I don't understand. You get in trouble for adding punctuation to his love letter. Murdered.
That would be who was it that did that? There was someone who did that. Maybe it was a movie I watched, but some guy was inside and he was rewriting their love letters for them and killing. That's what he did.
That sounds familiar.
You could do that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, Dick could.
Somebody. That could be a career, you think?
Yeah. I mean,
they call me the English teacher in the joint.
We call him the professor.
You talk about her tits right here. You should talk about her eyes. Like her eyes are big, and I want to suck them. I mean, that's better. Honestly, go for that. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but sure, see how that works.
Yeah. You see, I don't mean to judge. You're starting the whole letter with the word because. You know, maybe what happened first? What can we do before that? What can we build for
starting
for
the letter
your,
because
you know,
You've written basically in this letter 50 times, and you didn't need it one of those times. So go ahead and remove that from. Oh, basically.
yeah. Well, you know,
Basically, you're all I think about.
it was
yeah,
just
that wouldn't get you enemies. Yeah, I wouldn't have any skills in prison either. They would hate impressions.
the white people were,
What have
No,
you
they would
figured out? Like
I
the
disagree.
black impression to do that black people loved, like some kind of fucking like Pee Wee Herman and tequila. Like got you down. One more impression and you're done.
I just have to lean in all the way to African.
Oh.
I think you'd kill. I think that you know.
I'm sick of this racist country. I am from Cape Town. They just make up an entire bag, and they're like, "Yeah, but you don't talk like a South African. You know, you're talking like a made-up cartoon African."